Clay.
Yeah. Which is also a player and the thing that can get stuck in your ears. Have you guys ever had that?
No.
My sister had. It was very awkward.
We're game one in, and you got a whole lot of facts about your sister, man.
Yeah.
Oh, no. No, we're not that close.
Okay.
But she did just get engaged. So that's good.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I forgot.
The clouds are ever shifting.
You forgot about the wedding, or?
Yeah. I wished her like congratulations like a day or 2 days later.
Hey,
I was busy. I was working here.
a lot of people just say better late than never.
Yeah. They do?
Yeah.
All right. Well, CG, they banned out the Eve, the Fanny, as well as the Sora for DFWG, banning out the Jushin as well as the Kalia. Now, let's talk about CG's draft here, right? They're banning out the Eve, the Fanny, as well as the Sora. The Eve as well as the Sora kind of feels like they want movement, right? They want to spread out. They don't want to be boxed in. The Fanny, I feel like, is just a bit of PTSD.
Yeah. I think we're also getting to a point where I think Claude should be considered as a first pick prize.
Yes,
It could be something that, I mean, especially if you have a very, very good gold laner.
Yeah.
You saw
Claude
Oheb,
guys.
Innocent, and Stitch all do well yesterday. Claude guys.
I like that. That's also
Claude
just a
Gaming.
statement.
Claude Gaming, yeah.
Claude
Yeah.
Gaming.
Claude Gaming. He's 5-1, by the way.
5-1?
Claude is 5-1. Is it against the carry? I think it is.
Is that the height?
No, that would be pretty short. He's
yeah.
5-1 in stats.
Yeah. Dexter might be 5-1.
The head-to-head.
Wait, is anyone from our talent pool 5-1?
The closest one? No, I don't think so.
Is
5-1
Eterna
like-
4 something?
It would
Maybe.
be either Eterna or Brigida.
Yeah. But they should be 4 something. Hey, Eterna, can you tell us like how tall you are?
How short you are.
How short you are? I mean, like, glass half full, half empty
Yep.
kind of thing, you know? But looking back at the drafts, DFWG picks up the Yuzong.
Yeah.
Any other priorities here in mid? Probably not yet, no?
Yeah, personally, I would just go for like, I was going to say the Claude, but again, they go for the Cho
This
here.
is
They
so
actually-
good for CG.
I think
Yeah, 'cause
CG
they
just
don't
takes
get
it.
their Cho anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it
no
was
more Cho
taken.
gaming.
Dude, okay, you know what? Got the Claude. How you guys feel about that?
Gatot Claw. I like it. I
Yeah.
like the Gatot Claw. But then DFWG are definitely going to go for like the Lunox, or do they go for Yisun Shin? I think the Yisun Shin is also a very, very
Yeah.
good shout.
Or what? Farsa Claude? Because the Eve's already banned out.
I would say
Tough, man.
Lunox.
Yeah, I
Lunox?
think Lunox
Yeah,
is the
Lunox.
safest option
Yeah,
here.
there's the mid.
I would still go Claude Gatot though, or Claude Lunox actually. It will reveal all your damage dealers, but those are some big, big picks. Again, the Claude's been doing really, really good. Nolan and Leomord have also been showing up.
Yeah.
So DFWG might actually be like, all right, let's just pick up the Claude later, red 3. If, never mind, Claude Gaming.
Oh, Grog! Forgot about the Grog.
Yeah.
This was banned out a
100%
lot.
win
Yeah,
rate.
because it was banned out, I think, for the majority of yesterday, except for a couple of games. But and they'll go Hayabusa for the response here for DFWG.
I feel like it's more of a comfort thing. Plus, I have a friend where he basically said, like, I will use Yisun Shin if my team is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I guess both teams aren't.
After he said that, we've never played anymore.
Yeah.
So he doesn't want to play.
Yeah.
All right.
That guy always plays Lancelot.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Uranus gets banned here, which
Makes sense.
yeah, makes sense. But at the same time, also in my opinion, is kind of good for CG because I feel like Yetri is more of a playmaker kind of guy. I'm pretty sure Chiku wants him to something like a Uranus, but I feel like he's the kind of guy that would prefer something like a Lapu, an Esme, you know, those kind of picks.
I agree. That's something that definitely has been lacking from CG, the playmaking here, because they've relied on Valence instead of Year 3. And again, yeah, Nempel Malaysia as well. I was impressed with Year 3's performance whenever he was on a playmaking pick. So I like CG's start to the draft a bit more here. The Lancelot?
No, because you compliment him, and thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
It's rare that you compliment Malaysia, you know?
What do you mean, bro? I literally put them dark horse. I mean, yesterday was very hard.
Yeah.
Nah.
Yesterday was tough.
Rage bait 101, you know?
Rage.
Rage bait 101.
Hey, it's tough, but I will say that for CG, if they decide to go ahead and I don't know if they're still going to ban another gold laner, they might just want Logan to go ahead and play the Mozgov. Like it's been one of those games too. I know we joked about this in the last international tournament they played in. It was kind of like, you know, if all goes wrong, just break the emergency glass and bring out the Mozgov pick. Esme is going to be banned out, so it might just end up being the Lapu that goes in the XP lane here for CG.
I do think the Herod fits better for DFWG over the Mozgov here. Again, just because you already have a lot of physical damage, you don't really want to overload on it. And the fact that you technically have to go for a safe mid laner too, looking at how much dive there is on CG, I think it should be just a Lunox Herod for last two.
Yeah. No,
Be Valen if they want to steal the Tectonic Charge.
I feel like CG, either Lunox or Harry would be a good ban. Personally, for me, I might ban out that Lunox because if you're not careful on this Claude, you dive in and then the Lunox just blows you up.
Magic is my
Well, they go
life.
ahead and take out. Was that the
Harith?
Harith? Yeah,
Yeah.
let's say Harith. So I think we are just going to see the Mozgov, honestly.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, but that's... Like, is the Lunox alright as just a solo mid magic damage dealer? Because I would say it is, but Yuan has been very disappointing on the Lunox.
Yeah. He hasn't been brilliant just yet.
He hasn't, and that's really what you need. You need to be brilliant and chaotic on the Lunox. So that's why they go balance. They're like,
Exactly,
yeah,
makes
never mind.
sense. Yeah. Get the tech charge, right?
But
So
now,
if the Cho doesn't get a good engage, he can go in.
that's true. But now Chiku is just gonna be like, all right, brother, I'm gonna gap you in the mid lane again. You saw the Valentino win rate, dude.
It's 20%.
20%. That's I think
That win
the
is in the
mid
XP.
lane-
The XP.
Exactly. In the mid lane, it's even worse.
Yeah.
That was an XP win for Ying yesterday.
Yeah. The only question is, does he go for that Lunox or go for something comfortable like the Kimi, which is something that he does like. But personally, for me, with the current meta, I would prefer a Lunox for sure.
Lunox.
This land is our homeland.
There's the Lapu
and it will
Lapu, which
soon
we
be
expected.
our
So this last
battleground.
pick's going to be the mid. We're opting for...
We have 200% win rate heroes. I like that so far they've been drafting normally.
Yeah,
I think
like,
they have to though, man. Like,
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
given the situation here, right? Yes, it is a best of 3.
yeah.
Again, that's in consideration. There's the Mozgov. So this is kind of what we expected, at least here in game 1. And, you know, honestly, on both sides, they have pretty good compositions. More of a standard that we're used to seeing. The Lunox is in an interesting position too, because I feel like you see the Lunox players right now that have been playing it die a lot.
Yeah.
And part of the job, I feel like, as a Lunox is to do that. Like, get some of those ultimates or those battle spells out, utilizing the brilliance, and then you're able to pop off and scale up really well. So we'll see if that happens here for CG.
Yeah, for me, I feel like playing Lunox is you gotta be a businessman, right? Like you will die, but how much do you get in return? If I kill 3 and I die, worth. If
Businessman math.
Yeah, there you go. Main map. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the first elimination match between Demfeng Yaguai and a CG. None has been able to get a
5 seconds
victory.
till the enemy
So
reaches
from
the
this point
battlefield.
forward,
Smash them.
it's all or nothing. Welcome to the Land of
All
Dawn.
troops
Here we go,
deployed.
folks. Elimination match. High stakes here in this
Welcome to
matchup. Let's take a look at the
Mobile
emblems.
Legends.
So far, pretty normal. Nothing too crazy on the right. Yeah, everyone just going for the standard here in this game. Also should be the fighter emblem for the Claude. We've seen how broken that is, but Lung is actually doing quite a bit of damage there over to Amzik. Both regens popped in very early.
Yeah, that's complete comfort, though. Again, like I said, you know, especially for Long to play this Mozgov, but against such a winning hero right now. Valen's actually going to burn the flicker already. DFWG going for the first blood, and they'll get it. Vel gets it on the Yuzhong here.
That's something you would usually do on the Cho. Now on the Grok, way more difficult to do.
No, honestly, you can do it on the Grok, but the way that you do it is you show your face, you slow down the jungle just a little bit, and then you just retreat. And you don't retreat towards the side lane, especially when the side lane is losing. You usually rotate towards the mid because there's a higher chance your jungler can back you up as well.
But that's the thing though, right? In the mid lane as well, there was just no prio. So the timing, the decision was just off. Demfeng Yaguai, taking a look at the emblems. Master Assassin for Lung, and it's actually the Festival of Blood for Amzik. We've seen a good mix of Master Assassin and Festival of Blood for Claude. It really depends on the matchup, and in this matchup particularly, Amzik feels like it's going to be really tough to out-trade a Mozgov, so he goes for Festival of Blood, will just regen and play the weak side of the map, although Lung has a very good freeze up top right now.
Yeah, I really feel like their idea is to hold on
Valen's so low again. Whoa, nice response, though. Super Ken getting checked, actually, so he goes back. Valen's looked a little dicey there for a second. U1, too, could be in trouble. Gary goes in with a Phantom Execution, gets the flicker out from U1, so Gary dealing with Zed. Oh, U1, where's he gonna go? He's trying to escape. It looks like he'll actually be able to in between the turrets.
Well, hey, it works. You don't knock it if it works, I guess. Down below.
Oh no, here we go. This is the setup. Super Ken still at half health, though. Day 3 in trouble. Shadow kill going to be used. He has the backup. Super Ken gone. Vel going to be next. What a turn of events for CG. They're going for Zed as well to get a 3rd kill. It's a triple for Chiku.
Yeah, honestly, that's amazing. Good timing, and this is why we wanted more of a playmaker for Year 3, able to get good trades, and then good rotation coming in from Chiku. Now, DFWG, I don't think they can really contest this, right? Yeah, probably not.
Shouldn't.
But either ways, E1 has to be careful, man. Like, that kind of positioning on that Valentina, you should not be doing that. You cannot give more kills to CG, like, without them trying.
Yeah, mid prio again now has gone over to CG Esports. I would say very, very sloppy as well from Super Ken there. Goes for the quad shadow, but delays the quad shadow. I understand what he was trying to do, but in this position, it's either you go in full or you back away. Because if you delay the quad shadow and you go shadow kill earlier, you saw he was just stuck there.
Yeah,
the quad shadow was down right as the shadow kill came out.
Not only that, but also the consideration that after the patch, right, it's a little bit shorter distance with that quad shadow, and it's just, it doesn't feel as good, especially if you get trapped and the timing's off there. So definitely want to readjust, because with all that happening, speaking of that triple kill that goes in the hands of a Lunox for Chico, who, you know, you get scaled up quicker. That is just so much better. There's not that many tanky heroes at all from DFWG, so that burst from Chico alone is actually going to be a threat.
Now, honestly, like, those 3 kills, giving a very early glowing wand for Chico here is big. And we got to say big where. It's big on Vel, especially. And Vel needs to do good around those turtles. So at this point, CG should win all neutral objectives, just because that user is going to have a hard time actually staying alive in the front.
Yeah, that's why we were thinking of the Lunox pickup for DFWG. I guess Yi1's just very uncomfortable on that pick after yesterday.
Yeah.
And now Vel gets the 100 strike, but that's a very quick War Axe by Gary. 2 levels ahead of Super Ken, by the way. This is a big problem for DFWG.
Yeah, and here's the thing, DFWG, they look headless right now. They don't know what to do. All those rotations are kind of like hoping for something to be there. Yep. But every single time they arrive at a destination, they're like, wait, why are we here again?
Yeah, definitely. Again, you guys can let us know who will win this retreat battle. Is it going to be Gary or Super Ken? Vote in the chat. It's probably going to come down to this fight again for the turtle positioning, and just this delay here from CG. Black Dragon form going to be used. There's the kick too. All for Ye 3. He's going to be fine though. Oh, he still survives. They go for the setup anyway. Meanwhile, turtle secured. A kill secured and more. All for CG. 5-0 now for Chiku.
Oh, and Yuan is there. Looks like will not be caught by Valence, and this is the big problem. Oh, at least Vel gets you 3. But again, the big problem is the fact that Chiku is actually too far ahead. Because in terms of the goal difference, I believe that it's mostly on him. 1,200 difference. A difference when your team has a glowing one and opponent doesn't.
Yep. 5-0, doing so much damage, providing proper amounts of utility. Oh, Zed.
Valence, he's just trying to cause some havoc here, trying to buy enough time to. Tanky enough, but gets away with the flicker. Oh, will still survive. Oh man, that's tough for DFWG.
Yeah, and even the orange buff gets taken away by Gary. Nothing going in the way that DFWG wanted to go. This is a horrible start for Super Ken. 3 levels down now. Not an orange buff, not a single kill on a Hayabusa that now needs to snowball. CG, I just want to say, LaFell, I never want to see Ye 3 on a non-playmaking pick ever again.
No, same. Any kind of pick that makes him feel very egoistic, that's the kind of play that he should have.
Yep.
And sorry to say, but this is very much mid-diff here. Oh,
they're going to jump in. Super Ken just trying to clear that out safely under this turret. But yeah, this Ye 3 on this Lapu Lapu. And so far, Lapu Lapu is going to be, oh, Chico popped the Brilliance.
He's dead.
He's going to be chased down. Yeah, actually, he's going to be able to set him up with the Petrify. Vel will get the shutdown. Super Ken might be able to go ahead and join this fight with Yi1, but they'll force Gary and Valence back. That's still a big kill for DFWG, at least for now.
Yeah, that's a big shutdown there given over. The fact that the turtle is going to be up in 15 means that they will be able to utilize that gold a bit more. Vel also got a solo kill, so it really is Vel right now who's a big threat for CG Esports. They got to be very careful in the back line not to give these stacks over to Vel. Zed!
Nice kid, Carry. He's going to be able to get away from this. He has the mobility. He's fine on the Lancelot. Again, the Cho struggling to set things up here, and with this last turtle just going to go over to CG. Valence might just continue to try to delay Super Ken in the jungle.
Yeah, and the big problem here is that the fact that Amzik has not been disrupted at all. Like, CG is looking very scary now. Once Amzik, honestly, at this point, even gets 2 items, it might be too much for DFWG.
It's really, really tough. Now, Vel walled off Fury's knife.
Yep, tech charge it. Vel gets just closed in with the wall, that rampart. So Vel being one of the forefronts of this lineup right now, just getting taken out. The gold lead continues to build.
Yeah, Mirko, look at the jungle gold difference here. What does DFWG have to do?
They just got to fight, I guess.
Oh, Zed wants to go for the fight. The kick is through. Amzik gonna be fine on the defense, but Zed all left alone, gonna get chased down, collapsed on, and gone. We continue to see the Cho struggle.
Yeah. What do they need to do? They just need to go for fights at this point. The lead has actually gone a bit too crazy here, out of control. And DFWG, it's either they play it safe, farm up, which isn't really what the composition needs to do, or they look for fights where they're at a disadvantage. So it's a lose-lose until CG make a mistake. That's what DFWG are hoping for.
My biggest worry is that if DFWG catches a mistake, do they have enough damage?
No. Clearly not. I think Ye3 a couple of times has gone in, overcommitted a couple of times as well, but they just had no damage to punish. And again, it's also balance. They try to chunk balance down, they're unable to do so. And as long as it is just balancing Ye3, no damage. If it is Chico or Amzik, then yes, there will be enough damage to take him down.
Yeah, and I feel like that's the biggest problem for DFWG, which makes it a bit awkward for Zed as well as Vel. It's not that they don't want to go in, but
They can't.
they kind of feel like if they do, they might set themselves up for failure.
Well, that's already what's happened to Zed a few times. Looks like he might try to do it again. Pops the conceals. They're going to go for Valence, even using the flicker. Tech charges on the defense, and they're going to chase him. The Petrify. Super Ken on the chase. They're dealing with it, but Yi1 caught on the backside. Now Super Ken in trouble as well. The shadow kill won't save him as a double comes through for the A3.
Panic.
A bit of a desperation move there, especially kicking Valence. And like I said, not enough damage, and they were punished.
I have no idea why they just keep going on Valens, right? Like, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results, and DFWG are actually just insane there, right? They just keep on going for the same play over and over again, thinking it'll work this time around. Val trying to defend mid, there's no way he does that.
Maybe they just don't like Valence. Maybe they don't like his face.
Yeah, they took away his Cho, and now they try to kill him, but Valens is like, dude, I'm not on Cho this time, you can't do that.
Now a tech charge, I'm on Grok.
I love Grok. You can't spell Grok without OK.
Or Rock.
Yeah.
I don't, you guys covered it.
Yeah.
3,000 gold
There's no
lead.
lose in Grok.
There is not, there's no lose in Ye3, but there is a lose on Lapu Lapu. Not when he's on the hands of Ye3 though. Holy shield in mid. Oh, down. They're managing the waves really, really well. They're actually going to be slow pushing the side waves, pushing in mid. They are looking to go for a base turret with the First Lord, and honestly they can. Gary's 4 levels ahead on the Lancelot. He can just go all the way.
Sorry, at this point, DFWG has not done anything, man.
No.
I've not seen an attempt. Well, when they do, it ended pretty bad.
The attempt are the conceals that you hear. That's about it. There's a kick. Zed's just going to kick A3. They want to deal with this. Vel is gone, deleted, dusted, and gone again. Double kill. Yi1 going to be in trouble trying to get away as A3 chasing down. They still have the Lord. Even with Chiku gone, CG might want to end it here. They have enough damage. There it is. Amzik finally being able to shine, and Gary will clean up the kills as they go for one more. A shadow kill to delay it, and that will be game of 1 going over to CG Esports.
GGCG match point 1-0 currently. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this is an elimination match, which means DFWG are a game away from being eliminated.
This is the first win for CG, and this is the most stable draft, I would say, that they've been able to get for themselves. The fact that they're able to get both Grok as well as Lapu that has a 100% win rate, and of course the Claude being one of the most picked heroes in the current meta, it looks like they were given every single hero that they need, and DFWG looked a bit lost, especially in the drafts there.
They look very, very lost, man. And I honestly just feel like it's because of the fact that they were very, very uncomfortable yesterday. Again, Yi1. You'd expect the Lunox, right? The easiest pick to go for there in Red 4 would have been the Lunox pick. You deny it away from CG, and you get it for yourself. But the fact that they pick up Valentina means, again, they were just uncomfortable. They probably didn't want to trust E1 on it again.
And I think not only that, but like, again, there's many boxes to check here. Yeah, the Cho pick, so far we've seen it time and time again. Yesterday in the hands of CG, where it's like, you know, they kept going for these kicks, almost even expending a conceal, expending a flicker to kick who, right?
Exactly.
A Grok. You're gonna have to commit so much, and the whole discussion of you just don't have enough damage. Even if you're going for one of the squishier heroes there, Grok is not gonna be one of those. And you know, so I think it was just that kind of, they didn't know where to go. You mentioned it just feel like they were kind of scrambling around the map, kind of like, what do we do here? What do we find a win? And it was just so difficult to do that.
That's the unfortunate situation when you're using something like a Cho, right? The first question when you see a Cho is, which side are you on? I mean, like when I play with Husky, there's many times I kick a Lancelot over to him and he was using something like a Farsight, you know?
Yeah.
And he's like, dude,
we don't play with each other anymore, but you know.
So he was the one that said, I also only play YSS with good people, good teammates.
Yeah, basically. Like when he plays with me, he prefers EXP.
So now we know it's Husky, okay.
Yeah, but like many things to dissect here, but mostly about the question is, did CG win or DFWG lose, right?
Yeah.
It's usually that kind of question, you know?
yeah, I think it's a bit of both here. CG definitely fixed a lot of the errors that they, again, showed in the past two best of ones they played, but DFWG, they looked completely out of it. Even when the camera panned to them, it looked like they were just done, dude. After going through a loss, usually you would see them, you know, try to recalibrate, talk about the different strats that they need to do, what they need to change. They were just there. Like, they kind of accepted that they were done. This is KBG all over again.
And this is unfortunate because we saw in the video how both Lung as well as Coach Sasa, especially Sasa, he, like, you can see the frustration.
Yeah.
You can hear the frustration from his voice. Like, what are you guys doing if you don't have flicker? Why are you here? Like, there's a lot of questions he's asking these players, and at this point, the players can't even answer anymore, right?
Yeah.
So we're going to be looking at the MVP of this one, brought to us by the official gaming phone, Realme. And it should be Chiku here. And yeah, Chiku is the MVP, 8, 2, and 3. I don't know, something about the world stage gives him some kind of buff.
That's what I was saying, man. You know, I know you mentioned how he is in Malaysia, but I just feel like in his performances, at least from the games that we got to see from day 1 and day 2 of Swiss, Chico has been the one to stand out. And now, you know, but hey, man, any mid laner that gets a triple in the early portion of the game, you're just going to scale out of control. Like you guys mentioned, picking up Glowing Wand against this lineup, by the way, is what gave them such an advantage. You know, aside from this little first blood that went over because Valens was trying to get that information, they just had better team fighting here. And I think that's a perfect representation of what we were talking about and what we saw in the video with the DFWG. It just seems so disconnected, right?
Yeah.
From the draft, from the positioning, from the team fighting. And, you know, CG Esports just kind of punished them for that from start to finish.
Yeah, I think aside from Vel, everybody else just got gapped hard. Even my GOAT Super Ken, right, in the jungle here, wasn't really able to do much. And maybe you could say it's because of the mid lane here. Yi1 wasn't really able to push in any time here. There was a good shutdown to Chiku, but again, look at the rest of the team. Gary just stole a purple buff for free while that happened. And again, that led up to Gary being so far ahead that Super Ken just couldn't do anything. I think he ended the game 0-4 and 0. Might be 0-3 and 0. But here and there, it's just constantly DFWG looking for plays, desperate plays at that, trying to come back in the game, but CG not letting that happen. And then we see this, which is just, what are we doing? We're all inning on Valence. Say it worked, you would only get Valence. That's like a guy with no bounty. There was no value that you would get there. And then Ye3 could just do whatever they want. He wanted Gary as well, and he just kept on doing that. We don't get to see the one after that, but then, yeah, obviously with this big of a lead, they went through it. Great wave manipulation by CG.
Yeah, it's very hard as an EXP later if you're doing very well. You have the confidence to get a very good set for your team.
Yeah.
But if your team does not have the damage, does not have the reach, it makes you second guess yourself. Because looking at how Vel plays, I'm pretty sure there's many times he wants to dive forward. But he basically doesn't want to feed, right? He doesn't want to make the problem worse. Because even look at the items here. E1, even with the lightning as well as the wishing lantern, even with basically no MR from CG, they weren't taking any damage.
Nope, Valentina does no damage, man. And that's why the only time we saw Valentina work was in the XP when he built tank, not damage.
It's not looking good for the Valentina right now. This the win rate before this
He's on fraud
20%.
watch.
Yeah, fraud watch, just like Sora, by the way.
Yep.
Just like Sora. But yeah, again, I have to agree. You know, Vel, he held his lane well. He wanted to initiate